Alrighty, here we are. We'll fix it team. So, I look like this for a reason. One, because I've been eating Bojangles. Big no-no. Don't do that. But sometimes you have to get in there and do things like that because I didn't have time to run home, which isn't that far, but I needed like a 5-minute lunch break because I'm really busy here at the shop. And today, I've been putting this off for a while, guys, but here it is. Let me flip the not phone around. This is an 85 Ford truck, and it's got the fuel injection that was so innovative by Ford before they even knew what it was. I believe this was like Operation Warp Speed when it comes to the fuel injection of fuel injections. It's out there, and yes, you can get it. It's a good thing they didn't force it on anybody. But anyways, this thing here has a cranking problem. And does some weird stuff. You can put some fuel. It's got plenty of spark, but at cranking speed, it will not fire the injectors off with a Noid light. It will, but if you get the motor to turn fast enough, it fires the injectors, it pulses them, and it will crank. Now, how to find that out? Well, I had gotten a new distributor just to try it. I didn't even install it. Matter of fact, what I done was I just unplugged the distributor here and plugged in a new distributor and just grounded the metal chassis to the engine so that the distributor simulated being in the engine, so it was grounded to the block. And I could spin the distributor slow, and I could have a coil wire off, and it would be up against the intake there, and you could see it spark, and it would but you wouldn't see the injectors pulse till I would spin the distributor really fast. If I'd give it a good spin, it would fire the injectors then, and the fuel pump would cycle and everything. So you could spray a little fuel in the throttle body there and get it to hit off of that, and once it did, to pick up and it would run. But cranking, man, and it does some other weird stuff too. Driving, it would like shut off and come back to life. And so the thing here is a bunch of wires. I've got a bunch of them on the floor over here. But then I got neighbor dog. Say hi. This is a different neighbor dog. Neighbor's dog somewhere hangs out. But some of that's pine straw. But these wires are just the insulation is just coming off, and all that was. Of course, my camera doesn't want to. All that stuff there was just it's just falling all to pieces. And best I can figure is, and I'm fixing just the wires in the main loom, and I've replaced a bunch of them. And I can't get a lot of them to solder because the wire is so old. The solder won't take. So I'm reduced to using these heat shrinks that I can crimp on, and they seal off. And I've had to work with that. So I've got the best part of the wire. Then I've replaced a bunch of these. Still got more to go, but really going to have to dig into this section of the harness right here, which goes into the firewall, which goes into the ECM. That's what I'm dealing with there. Just the oil's gotten to the insulation on it. Definitely going to be a mess. I've replaced a bunch of wires already. So that's what I'm doing. The funny thing about these, even when they were brand new, they didn't run right. That's the funny thing about these. People would bring me these to work on, and they wouldn't even be very old, and they were like, man, this thing, and you try to get a code out of it, even though it wasn't, OBD2. GM, you can get codes out of their throttle body, no problem. But these things here, you plug up to it with your OBD1 tool, and that thing just pretty much is like a calculator in the shade. It won't add up, tell you anything. And I'm hoping that I can, first I got to start with the wiring, get that straightened out. The ECM is old, but I took it apart. It's been replaced with a reman unit at some point, and none of the capacitors were leaking down on the board, so that's a good sign. So maybe the ECM is fine, but they're hard to get, and I need to fix these wiring first, and then we're going to go from there. But yeah, so that's what we're doing at the We'll Fix It team shop today, y'all. Thank you for watching a little quick video. I'll bring another, if I get this thing fixed, I'll do another video. Say, hey, it's working. Boldly go or nobody wants to go. So thank you again. All right, I'm out.